Okay guys, this is Devatsimber, and I'm gonna show a complete tutorial of Velocity Flight Simulator that is on Roblox. And the reason why I'm doing this is because on Roblox it's a pretty hefty cost for a game, and so I just want to do this to show all the people who want to buy it but are not sure like how good it is. So, and that's the people who are meant for it. So when you first open it up, it's like it looks like this screen, and then you could view the changelog from all the previous updates and stuff. So you just press enter, and then it has a loading screen, aka a fake loading screen. And then so currently in this update you have these 5 planes: the Airbus A319, the A320, and the A321, the Cirrus CR20, and the Twin Otter. And the A320 is the only one that actually has airlines, because if you check out the Airbus A321 and the Airbus A319, they both don't have any like options, but the A320 is the only one that has options. And the CRJ also, or not, sorry, CRJ, Cirrus SR20 has 3 different paints, but they're not airlines because it's a private plane. And so you have red stripes, blue stripes, and yellow stripes. For me, I prefer the yellow ones because I think they look like flames and stuff because from it coming off. But on all the planes, you just have a default paint that even on this one, you can choose it just to be white. And also the Twin Otter, I don't know why I'm getting that like. Okay, there we go. The Twin Otter has a no paint that you can choose from, and you can see some backgrounds. There's like a wing and stuff. It looks like you're in a hangar. And so then once you have it all set up, you can do this. They haven't put in the XP system yet, so it just shows up nothing. And so your total flight time, like all this stuff, the progress tab, it doesn't show up anything because they haven't implemented that in the game in this current updates. And then you can have your well, why do I have that set to that? You could have your settings and like your graphics and other for the music. The graphics, the blur effect, I disabled it because if you turn it on, it looks kind of weird. And then the quality, I have it on high because that's the highest it goes, and my computer can handle it. Oh wait, I'm back to the settings tab. On the gameplay, you can have a temperature units of Fahrenheit, your pitch inversion, which basically I have that disabled. So, which the pitch inversion basically means that if you push it down, if you like go down, your nose will go up. And then the yoke sensitivity, I have that all the way up. And then the render distance, very high. You can set this to whatever you want. That's your prefer. And then the animation seek rate, I don't have that set. I don't know what that is. It's, for me, it just defaulted 1/10 of a second. Then the keyboard controls the yoke. It'll control the yoke with the Q and E if you have that enabled. But then if it's disabled, your mouse will control the yoke. But I find it easier with the Q and E switches. And then the camera distance ratio, I don't know what that is. It's just default to 100. I wouldn't recommend changing it. And so that's about it for that. For the loading screen, so you can select confirm selection. Actually, wait, no. I want to be in the A320 jet blue because I like blue. Not the airline. I've never flown on them, but I like the color blue. And so you can have. Oh, oops! I forgot to check out the airports. I'll show you guys those. Okay, so select this JetBlue, and so there are currently 3 airports in this game. The LF Wade International Airport, but its ICO is TXKF, and it's in the Bermuda. And then you also have the Gustav III Airport, and its ICO is TFFJ, and then this one, the Juancho E something unpronounceable, its ICO is TNCS, and between TNCS and TFFJ, those can only spawn general aviation aircrafts because at the A320 it says your aircraft is too large to spawn here, but I've found that it gets super annoying because I can land. I've landed an A320 at this one, and this one's Saba, by the way, which is a kind of well-known airport because it's known for this. In real life, it's the smallest airport in the world. But it took me some practice landing an A320 there, but eventually I got it. I had some screenshots up there that I'll show you right now. Okay, back to the video. We can spawn in right here, and so there is a the main terminal right here for there, and then there's a smaller terminal over there that's meant for the general aviation and area of this airport, which has the longest runway. And so if I just go to some random gate, you can go right there. And then to turn on the engines, you press T, as in this, as it says in this annoying big box right here. And then for your buttons right here to turn on your lights, L is your strobe light, and then N is the nav light, B is the beacon light, and H is the headlight. So you can just press those buttons and it toggles them on and off. And then you have a little map down here for the airports. It says TXKF, TNCS, and TFFJ. And it says in the description of it that a future update will be coming in July, and it is June right now. So I'm kind of excited for that, and I'll do another review on this. And so if you press period, that's to turn your brakes on right over here. And then the J and U control the flaps. If you press J, it puts the flaps down one. And then if you press U, it takes the flaps up one. Then the shift is the spoilers. If you just press shift, it toggles them from flight and armed. And then just press them. And then it has this, the weather right there. And right now they don't have any different weather other than clear skies. And then 26 right there is the temperature. The higher you go, the lower the temperature gets. And then this right here is your airspeed, right? This is that's your throttle right there. And here's your altitude right here. And then this is the angle of that your airplane is at, like the banking angle that it's at. And then the chat's down here, not up there, and then the players are right here. So then in the Airbus planes, they have reverse thrust, and they will hopefully be adding a pushback soon. So if you just press F, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, R and F control the throttle. R will accelerate you, and F will decelerate you. And so F, once you get down to, you could go below 0%, which turns it into reverse thrust mode. So you could taxi put backwards, but they'll soon be adding a pushback, which will make it more realistic. And then I prefer to go in a little bit further back from that line right there, and that's when I start turning with the yaw, as I said earlier, with E and Q. And then it also controls, so the E and Q also controls your nose gear. But once you get to a certain airspeed, it switches over to yaw automatically. And so I like to get up to speed with around 20% thrust, and then I go down to around 6% thrust to taxi, because this plane has a pretty high max speed, and it doesn't really take much to get going. And then the default, or not the default, but I like to start taking off with 2 flaps. or not, well, really it's 5, but flaps are 2 out of 4. That's really 5 degrees. So as we taxi out here, I'll set my flaps. Then you have to accelerate a little bit more because this game is programmed like that flaps slow you down, but the problem with that is it slows you down when you're taxiing. So, just taxi at around 20 to 25. I go a little fast. Slow it down a little bit more. So I'll just go. Oh, why am I angled that much? See, like it automatically adjusts to the rudder right there. Then my nose gear is all messed up because I was using it when it transferred over to rudder. So press G to bring the gear up, and then U to bring the flaps up. Press it twice. Then throttle back down to around 50% because, as I said, this thing has a pretty high acceleration, so you go pretty fast. Then obviously D and A will control the angle that you're hitting, and then the EQ will control the rudder. So throttle back down a little bit more to like 25, because that's really all you need, considering that these places are so close. They haven't had autopilot in yet, which kind of bums me out. But it's kind of hard to get like centered like that because I don't know why they just do it like super slight increments, and it gets really annoying because whenever you get to like 1 degree, it's hard to get it to 0. Same with the speed. Like if I barely tap R, it goes up 1%, but if I like normally press it, it goes up 2%. It just gets annoying. Oh, and one thing I like is that if you want to get centered on the plane, you can move your camera into the spot and it like locks the camera centered in the back of the plane, but it doesn't do that in the front. And you can press the bracket keys to toggle between camera modes on the plane, and so that I like these ones. The right and left wing views. I think those are the coolest. Okay, so let's turn towards the TXKF because I'm just gonna land there real quick. If you guys are just starting out in this game, I would recommend flying a smaller plane the first time, but because the bigger planes, they get harder and like not as sensitive and stuff. That's what I did. When I first played this game, I first got this like a few days after it came out, and then I just immediately went to like the biggest plane, which is the A321, and I was like super bad. And then, but when I first got it, there was only the Cirrus one, which there wasn't the Twin Otter. They added that in an update. So I'm now on approach, kind of. Let's accelerate a little bit more, because when I put my flaps down, it'll bring my speed down pretty quick. Okay, gear down. Flaps 1. Actually, so flaps 2, pretty high. Oh wow, really high. And so the spoilers really make you fall down pretty quick. Because like, look at my, oh, and by the way, this is your vertical speed. And so like, when I put the spoilers down, it goes way down. Okay, that seems like a good. Okay, put the flaps 3. So I'll learn a little bit more. That's one mistake I make a lot of the times is I pay attention to my glide slope, but I don't pay attention to my speed, and I end up stalling right before the runway. Okay, but looks like we have a pretty good, I can pitch up a little bit. Set flaps to 4. Okay. Okay, touchdown. And then once you're on the ground, you can set your spoilers to armed. But when you're in the air, you can't set them to armed because I don't know why. That was a pretty smooth landing. Okay, and then you can taxi back to the gate. Okay, so we have parked our plane at the gate, and now we're going to turn off our engines by pressing T, and turn the lights off by pressing L and B. H for the strobe being L, nav being N, beacon being B, and then head being H. So, once the engines turn off, that's the basics, or not basics, that's about all of the stuff that you need to know about Velocity Flight Simulator. I hope this video is helpful to those of you who wanted it, because I know I wanted it when it first came out, but at the time that I had it, there were no videos on it, because it was a brand new game and not many people played it. So, hope this was helpful.